Hello. So, it is time for week 4 of UBL Season 12. This is going to be a toughie. Because we've got the 3-time-in-a-row finalist, Lord Nobody. We've got to win if we want a guaranteed spot in playoffs. Not only this week, but every single other week. So, ain't gonna be easy. Lord Nobody's team's pretty good as well. They've got Chiyu, Rabombi, Empoleon, Thunderous Therian, Oaki, Mabosstiff, Spupa, Latios, Sneasler, Smagius, and a Lowland Golem. Chiyu offense is their main game, and boy is it Chiyu offense. They've got 2 Fake Out, but less good against my team with all the 6 Pokemon. Well, you'll hear about that in a second. Was 5. You'll see why it's 6 soon. But yeah. Double Fake Out and Intimidate isn't super great against my team, so I'm not sure how much of it they're going to bring. And to be honest, I don't really know what they're gonna bring. So I kind of just had a look at it and thought what I thought would be good here. And that's kind of what I'm going with. So yeah. But first we do need to talk about our swaps. Now, in the last video I did say we were making some transactions, and I don't know if I actually mentioned how I was doing transactions in the actual draft analysis building of all the things video. But, if I didn't, or maybe you've forgotten, then how is this going to work with, because obviously I did my random draft, based on random types that I was given. I can take up to 3. I'm only allowed 3 transactions for the season. Most people get 5, but I'm limiting myself to 3. Even though I was tempted to do 2 more, but I was like, no, I won't, because I already did a ton in Grace. I decided I was going to limit myself to the 3 here that I originally was going to set out for myself. And I can take the three types that I ended up picking, well, ended up getting randomly given, and then either swapping those Pokemon out for different Pokemon of those types. They can be different tiers. But they've still got to be, I've still got to pick those 3 types or up to 3. Or I can take those 3 types and completely randomly swap them for 3 other types. Now, I have decided to swap 3 Pokemon out that were the same type, so we don't need to go wheel spinning or anything. So I am swapping out a Water type, Psychic, and Bug. So currently occupying those slots, because one of my Water types is Suicune, and it's not Suicune that's going, sadly, it is Feraligatr. It's going to be Feraligatr, which was our second Water type, because we got Water type round 1 and round 2. Feraligatr was our second. Our Bug type in Rabsca, and then our Psychic type in Flittle. So these are the 3 that we're swapping out: our Water type, our Bug type, and our Psychic type. For 3 different Pokemon. But they've still got to be each of one of these types. I've still got to have a Pokemon that is a Water type, a Bug type, and a Psychic type by the end of it. So, for Flittle, the simple one, we are swapping that, and we are making that now into our E tier. That is going to now become the Bug type, Scatterbug. So, this is an E tier, but it's not bad, because it actually does get Rage Powder. Lord Nobody has Spupa, and this getting Rage Powder along with Friend Guard, similar to Spupa, as well as Shield Dusk, it's not bad. This can actually be immune to a Fake Out, which is really funny. So, not what I was on about earlier, you'll see a bit more in a second, but yeah. It gets like no moves, but if I need redirection desperately, then it's an option, right? Like, it's a it's an E tier bug type, but at least it has, you know, it has Rage Powder, it has Struggle Bug for some sort of damage control, it has String Shot for speed control, it has a couple things, just... It has 4 moves that I think are fine to run. So yeah, it's there as an option. The real things are going to be the 2 new C tiers that were where Feraligatr and Rabscalide. So for Feraligatr, now I want to make this clear. The whole reason for these is because Rabsca's terrible. Feraligatr doesn't really have, like, there's nothing wrong with Feraligatr. It's just Rabsca's terrible. Flittle, you know, Flittle, it's not really, never really had an opportunity to come. But just Rabsca was so bad, and in a lot of my teams, I wasn't really finding myself needing speed control. I say this, and you'll see my team, and that has speed control, but I feel like I'm not building in a way that plays towards speed control. So I felt like Rabsca just wasn't really very good. And it also just dies to everything. Like, I thought the decent bulk would actually make it so it just doesn't. It lives, like, maybe barely, but god, it just dies. And doesn't do enough damage. It's not worth it, so... the main reason for the trays is Rabsca needs to go. Feraligatr does nothing wrong. I would be happy to draft Feraligatr again, maybe with a team that has a bit more support for it, you know, actual redirection that isn't a scatterbug. But I also was having a lot of trouble in building a lot of the time, where I felt like I was building a lot of physical attackers, and then looking and going, oh, wait a minute, I've got too many physical attackers. So that's the reason for Feraligatr being swapped. So for Feraligatr, we have actually swapped it out for Baskia Legion Female. Apparently, this was supposed to be moving up a tier, but it never did, and so I am happy to grab it. Baskia Legion Male, for reference, is an A tier. Baskia Legion Female was a C. This is insanely good, and I would have picked it up last season over Clarissa if I didn't have, like, 3, like, Ghost Weeks. So, 3 Ghost Weeks and 3 Dark Weeks. So, yeah, I would have picked it up last season, but I just didn't have the opportunity. This one I mean now is because now we've got 4 Inner Focus Pokemon and 2 Ghost types. Now we have 6 Pokemon immune to Fake Out. So, you know, it does impressive damage. Swift Swim, not going to be used for us really. It's more so all about that adaptability, stab, and doing big damage with those special attacks. But also physical attacks. Remember, this, like, Baskia Legion Female is known as the special one. But it's still got, like, really good attack. So it can still do good damage on the physical side, especially because it gets last respects. I used Houndstone Season 9, so... And Houndstone was great. So, like, it just depends if I want the stronger water move or the stronger ghost move. That can depend on whether I want to go physical or special. It just hits super hard on the special side, and that's kind of what I needed. Like, it felt like I needed another special breaker. So, that's why we've gone with Baskia Legion Female over Feraligatr. And it also doesn't really need Setup either. Feraligatr, I brought it against Fat Rat, because they had Rain, and that was kind of like a way to bypass the setup needed for Feraligatr. Baskia Legion doesn't need setup, it just does massive damage, and also is respectably bulky, mostly due to that massive HP stat. And then the other Pokemon that we end up drafting is our other C tier, which is our Psychic type, is a Pokemon I didn't even know was available. I'm guessing someone else dropped it, and then I ended up picking it up, which, I mean, I can double check. I've got the transactions channel. Let me see. I don't know. I don't see it. Maybe someone had it, but I don't know. Feel like I feel like someone dropped it, but no, I can't see it. Anyway, we grabbed Mesprit. Mesprit I actually drafted back in Season 3, but only a couple weeks. But I felt like if I was going to have a supporting Psychic type, this would be better. The main reason is just because, again, it's an actual special attacker. It's not going to die in one hit. But the way I kind of see Mesprit is kind of like the middle ground between Suicune and Raikou. Both can do supporting things. Suicune kind of needs to set up to do damage, whereas Raikou kind of initially does the damage. Mesprit's kind of in the middle where it could do both, because it has the signature move between the late trio of Mystical Power, which sets up while doing damage. So it can set up and do damage, but it also can do supporting things. You know, it's got a Helping Hand. It has Trick Room as well, so we can use Trick Room as an option still, and I would say it's a better Trick Room setter. It's a bit fast, but it's still got the statusing stuff that it can do, and it can be a supporting mon, but also has great coverage, so it can do good damage as well. So, I think it was Season 9? I think it was Season 9. It might have been Season 10 as well that I saw it a lot, but I think like pretty much every time that Mesprit's been drafted, someone will just start going Mystical Power and then just Terra Fairy this thing and start doing really well with it. Because both Dazzling Gleam and Draining Kiss, so yeah, it's certainly a really versatile Pokemon, and we're actually going to get to see both Basculegion and Mesprit today in this team. So let's get into the team builder. Starting things off with Basculegion, who is going physical. So there's 3 kind of modes-ish to this team. There's Cryo Spam, there's Fast Stuff, and there's Trick Room. Now, it sounds like none of those should mix, but hear me out. Each of them has 2 Pokemon, and ideally, I want to be going for a backdoor Trick Room. Because I don't think setting it up early is going to be able to do me enough good, so I think a backdoor Trick Room would be better. So, we're going with Basculegion Female on the physical side for really powerful Choice-Banded Aqua Jets, with potential for Terra Water as well. We've got enough speed that in Tailwind we can outspeed a Scarf Chi-Yu, a Modest Scarf, just because I wanted a bit extra bulk. The bulk's kind of thrown in there as well as max attack, because I want to do as much damage as possible. We've got Liquidation, we've got Last Respects. Even if it's a lead, it's the best physical ghost move it has, but if it comes in the back, then that's great. Scale Shot, because if I've got a reason to click it, then I've got a reason to click it. There's no other move that I really want to click. And then Aqua Jet. If it comes down to it and I just need to start clicking Scale Shot and praying, then it's an option. So, yeah. Going with the other part of the Prio Spam, of like bulky Prio Spam-ish, we've got Assault Vest Entei. This lives Modest Specs. Was it Modest Specs? I made this set a bit ago, but it definitely lives, Chi-Yu. I believe I went for Specs. For this one. Sacred Fire, E-Speed, Stomping Tantrum, and Crunch. Now, the reason why I'm going with the Prio Spam idea is because, one, they've got Ribombee for Tailwind, but also they've got Chi-Yu. And KOing either one of those with this kind of Prio Spam, like, duo is the idea. Obviously, there's also Sacred Fire and Stomping Tantrum and Crunch. Just generally good moves to click. You know, just Crunch mostly for the Latios, because otherwise I don't really have a lot to hit it. Stomping Tantrum from Empoleon. Nothing too crazy. Like I say, the Prio Spam's kind of nice just to be able to do good damage. Just without having to care about speed control. And as a result, it means that, like, I don't have to commit to a side of speed control with these guys. So that's the idea with them. Next up is the fast stuff, starting with Sash and Amorous, which is going Max, Moonblast, Earth Power, Tailwind, and Protect. If I feel like I just want to make sure I've got Tailwind active, this is an option to do so. It's great at doing it, it does really good damage. We've got Terra Steel, just to be able to take one hit. Like if they want to get, like we've got I guess I've got Sash. No, I'll go for what I was gonna go for then. I'll go for Terra Ground. I forgot I had Sash. I don't know why. I was like, yeah, I'll go Terra Steel just to make sure I can guarantee one hit. I've got a Sash for a reason. So instead we're gonna go Terra Ground. Terra Ground actually makes it so that Earth powers an Oko on non-bulky Chi-Yu, so that's a reason to do that. But yeah, otherwise, Enamorus is really solid here. Just clicking buttons, as long as I can hit a liver hit from Latios, it will kill it back, and do good damage to a bunch of different things, really. Like, Fairy Ground's great coverage, so it's gonna do its job of just being fast, clicking Tailwind, maybe dying, but also maybe doing some good damage as well. Partnering with it for the fast stuff is the Future Dawn, the Iron Treads. So, this one with Terra Ghost, I think is mostly for the Sneasler, just so any Sneasler move it goes into me, other than exactly knockoff, isn't going to do that much damage. And because we have the boost to speed, we will outspeed both Chi-Yu and Thunderous. We are EV'd for Thunderous on this one. High horsepower, Iron Head, knockoff, and protect. Obviously, we can't really hurt the Thunderous with this, but, you know, we can at least knock it off and, you know, set it up to die to Enamorus if needs be, or to maybe set up for one of the priority killers. So Thunderous is a little bulky, so I don't think knockoff plus, like, maybe Aquajet from this might be enough. We'll see, though. Generally, fast, hits hard, it's faster than Rabombi, because of the booster speed, which is kind of one reason why I really wanted it. And can just, again, it's good damage all around. Good, fast damage that outspeeds everything that isn't choiced. And even if it's choiced, it's got to be like Scarf Latios, or Unburdened Sneasler. That's really it. Last but not least is the Trick Room stuff, and that's why we've got Serenity here on Mesprit with max special defense on a Citrus Berry set. This actually gets to live a modest start pulse from Chi-Yu, but we do have a Terra Poison just in case we need to Terra defensively. Mystical Power, Ice Beam, Trick Room, and Protect. I want to make sure I'm defensive. I want to make sure I can take hits and set up a Trick Room. And then once we're in Trick Room, we can start dealing damage with Mystical Power and Ice Beam. Obviously, this itself isn't going to do a lot of damage to Chi-Yu, but it can do a good amount of damage to some of the other Pokemon, such as, like, once we got a Mystical Power off, even with this little special attack investment, which I think is to 2-hit KO Latios, which is nice, like with the Ice Beam. I believe that's what it was. But yeah, once we get a Mystical Power or 2 going, then we can also do really good damage with Mesprit. And as I say, Trick Room, if it's going to come in the back. So, depends if they bring anything that's really threatening to it. The worst would actually be Empoleon, because our Trick Room sweeper is actually Chestnut. Chestnut's coming again. Gonna get redemption this time, and with close combat, high horsepower, knockoff, and protect with an expert belt, we are KOing a lot of things. Obviously, Chi-Yu's dying to close combat. Our high horsepower is going to do a massive chunk to things like Empoleon. Knockoff is for Latios and Miss Magius. I needed a move to hit those, and I wasn't. There's nothing I'm going to use a grass move against it. Again, this team. There is literally 0 grass weeks other than a Alolan Golem, which is a Pokemon that can come. That's the slowest Pokemon for Trick Room, like, offense. But Chestnut's natural defense is so high that it doesn't care about it. It doesn't really get a move for it either. So, yeah. I feel really good with Chestnut. It's just Empoleon might be a bit of an issue. We've got Terra Electric. That's mainly for the flying resists. The notable thing would be like an Acrobatics from what's his face? Sneasler. But there's also like Terra Flying, Terra Blast that can come from Thunderous. Just being resistant to that is nice. But I think also just like Psychic type moves, Poison type moves. Like the Chestnut has a ton of weaknesses. So, also there's no reason for me to have Overgrow because I don't even have a Grass type move. So yeah, that's the team. We'll see how it goes. We're playing later today. Wish us luck, because if we don't win this, there's no guarantee we make playoffs. If we win this, then we're still in it. So, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough. I'll see you guys for the games. Alright, let's do this. Let's see how this goes. Excuse me. And this is their team. I can see what they've brought and what they've not brought. I need to get into the mindset of I am playing someone who is good. So let's do this. No Mabba Stiff. No Golem actually makes my backdoor trick room so much better. Did he bring double fake out? Which means I think I want to go... I want to go Basket Legion, I think, then. I think I want to go with the Prio spam. With TR in the back. How much does Glide do to my... I should have made sure that I could take a Thwacky Glide. It's not going to be choiced, it'll be EVLA. I think I can take a Glide. I can take a Glide, I can't take a Woodhammer. But I'll be faster, and Entei can nuke it, even with EVLA. If it's max HP, probably not then. The double actually might get it, depends how bulky they are. Yeah, no Rabombi. Alright. I am okay with this. Time for some Prio spam, baby. Let's get rid of this Chiyu. No. I mean, they're not staying in with this. There's no chance they do. So, I'm going to go into Mesprit. How much is my E-Speed gonna do? It's gonna do like 50, I think. Because if it's a 2-hit KO, I'll go for it. Not gonna be a 2-hit KO. I think maybe just get damage on Lati. Nah, screw it, I'm gonna hard read. Go into Mesprit. They Lush Purge me for not too much damage, and I Sacred Fire and do a ton of damage to Thwacky. Because I'm a god. I'm gonna Trick Room, and I think I'm gonna crunch the Lati. I'm not afraid of Wacky. Don't make that matter, please. Ooh, they actually called me going for TR. Interesting. Fair enough. He's been enough to get this thing. The crit sucks. Don't get me wrong. I've been getting so unlucky this season, I swear. That's Latias or Latios. My crunch did 71. So it's got a bit of bulk for sure. But I think E-Speed's probably going to be enough. E-Speed take out that. I did nothing. GU comes back in. I just need my priority to take this thing out. So I honestly just want to double switch. Well, how much does Thingy do? Asky Legion to Chiyu. That's to level 100. Oh, it's an Oko. Against non-bulky? Yeah, I just need to switch this out, and I'll E-Speed the Sneasler. Does protect. But Basque Legion is going to do its thing here, and this Prio Spam's going to work out for us game 1. What rolled? Was it 15? Oh, it was Latios. Ooh. The Tailwind Roar Luster Purge probably doesn't have Protect then. Yeah, I don't see a way for them to win. Yeah, because I just Prio Spam them both. I could lead Trick Room this time. But that definitely seems a bit risky. I think they switch it up, for sure. There's a question of whether I want to switch it up. Terra Ghost on this. Inamoros can't one-shot Latios, can it? It won't one-shot that Latios. Certainly not. I think they're going to switch it up, so I'm actually going to lead Trick Room. I'm going to try and set it up, and I'm just going to knock off this Lati, because I think it's going to kill. And if they kill me, then, like, speeds are in my favor. You're a beast! Oh my god, it's double raw. You brought double raw? I mean, I'm min speed. I imagine that my Chestnut's slower. I'll try and CC. Yeah, Thwacky comes in. I am not sticking around. It's probably Chiyu in the back, which means I want to preserve my Entei. I mean, I can protect with this, but it just kind of dies to everything. But I suppose it's something they have to respect for a turn, so... I mean, this is probably where my Terror is going to go, right? Like, there's no reason for me to use it on GU. Just in case they want to... I suppose Mystical Power there's no point, I'll just Ice Beam, because they're going to roll me. And I'll try and CC, but I'm guessing it's not going to kill. I'll just take some chip on Thwacky. I can't believe it lived the Luster Purge. That's insane. They actually Hydro. I'm a little stunned, but hey, I mean, I'll take 40% on, or 60% on that. It's got to be Entei, sadly. I'm not going to take a ton from this. I'm going to try and Trick Room. And then I'll Sacred Fire here. Because now they've got to make the choice of doing damage to Entei or stopping TR. They can't do both. And TR's fine for me. Come on! Well, okay, that didn't kill... Okay, sure. I'm guessing Glide kills, right? There's no way it doesn't. Non-choice, Adamant, level 50. Yeah, it's gonna kill him. But it's not like you can switch. Ow. It's Sneasler last. I have to kill Sneasler. I imagine they're gonna protect Sneasler is the only issue. To stop the E-speed. Right. That's invested. That's heavily invested. But you do that much? How's it much to do to Basket Legion? not enough. And I think Last Respect is just a kill. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll go for Sneasler. I'll even try and chip it. Another Terra flying. But we do get to take it out. And choice banded adaptability. This is going to do at least 90%. I am gonna be faster. There's no way you're outspeeding me. Basque Legion showing like it's the boss. It actually carried my ass. I would not have won this set without Basque Legion. Holy. This mon's broken. This mon's nuts. I've never used this mon. This is my first time using it. And sure, yeah, you can be like, oh yeah, it's choice banded, but like, it's 90 attack, it's not that strong. But hey, it's just, last respect's adaptability, Jesus. We cooked today, ladies and gentlemen. We even got a bit unlucky, but they got unlucky as well. They missed Hydro Pump. So you know, it is what it is. So yeah, no, I'm happy with that. Getting to take out Lord Nobody, 2-0 as well. It's my first game, 2 games set this season. So yeah, really happy with that. Let's just make sure the replays work. Yes, they do. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go Basque Legion. Actual carry. They were really ready to make sure they had answers to TR as well, which, you know, fair enough. Double Raw, so I wasn't super likely to get TR up, but eventually I did, and it did almost cost me. That Polygon did a lot more damage than I expected. But yeah, like, Basque friggin' Legion. Mon's a threat. I'm really excited to use this thing for the rest of the season. Holy. Oh boy. I'm honestly shocked with how well it did. Holy. Mesprit probably could have done better if, like, they weren't super ready for Trick Room. But, you know, they were, and that's fair enough on them. So it meant just my TR stuff was kind of just like, honestly. So, yeah, that'll do it. GG's. Thank you very much for watching. We're now 2-2. We actually have, like, thankfully now an actual differential of, I think we're +3 now? No, we're +1, right? No, because we lost last week. So yeah, we're 2-2 +1. So we at least have a positive differential. We just need to keep this up. And thankfully, a lot of the hard matchups are out of the way. We've got some of the best players of the league out of the way. We had probably the hardest schedule for, like, early weeks. Like, we got Kathy, Rat, Gig, Lord Nobody. And then we've got Canna for week 6, which is, like, the last big boss, I would say. Not to say that the other people certainly can't win, but, ones I'm a little less worried about. No offense to them, of course. They're all great people, regardless. So, anyway, enough rambling. Transactions actually worked in our favor. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.